Jai Gurudev, everyone, to this new episode of Bliss Becoming and Being, Part 7. So, these episodes are about Guru Siyag Yoga and dedicated to spread the word of Guru Siyag Yoga in English so that those people who are not able to understand Hindi can view these episodes and share these episodes with everyone. So in these sessions, we we follow a very simple format, and under that, the first thing that we do is that we share about Guru Siyag Yoga, very basic information, and then the process of how we can basically practice it, and then we invite a guest practitioner or guest speaker rather for this show who will share their experience about Guru Siyag Yoga in English. And then we play a 2 minute video of Gurudev in which he shares the divine mantra. And then we all meditate for 15 minutes. So it's a small episode, so you can be tuned in till the end. So to start with, Guru Siyag Yoga is is a type of yoga according to ancient Vedic literature. It's Siddha Yoga. So somebody who doesn't understand Hindi may not really bother about all these terms and terminologies. Basically, it's a method of spiritual transformation, and under that method, the guru, in which in this case is our beloved Gurudev, Guru Ramlal Ji Siag, and I'll also introduce his Gurudev to you. So you can see that with Gurudev in the picture is his Gurudev, Sri Gangai Nath Ji. So our Gurudev, Guru Ramlal Ji Siag, will has given a mantra. So that mantra can be used for our transformation. And under this method, we also have to meditate twice a day for 15 minutes each time. And chanting of the mantra has to continue for as much as you can. So this is appears or this you may think this is quite technical, or it may appear to be something logical or not very easy to all of you, or maybe some of you, but it's like it's a very special kind of bond that gets created when we get initiated into this meditation and meditation practice, Guru Siyag Yoga. So it's quite hard to capture in words, basically, that what happens when we get connected with Gurudev. Yeah. So now I have Isha with me, and before I invite her to speak, I'll just capture the process of meditation in brief. So what happens is that once you take the initiation from Gurudev, and you start chanting that mantra, you understand that mantra basically in Gurudev's voice, then you have to chant that mantra as much as you can. So that's the first part. The second part is the meditation part. So since I've already mentioned that you have to sit for 15 minutes in meditation twice a day, in colder places you can extend your meditation by perhaps 10-15 more minutes. Otherwise, 15 minutes is enough. And you have to sit at one place. You have to pray to Gurudev to help you meditate for 15 minutes. And then you have to imagine Gurudev on your third eye, and then you start chanting that mantra, and close your eyes and start chanting that mantra, and whatever happens, you let it happen. Some you may feel some vibrations, or some yogic kriyas can also happen and all that. So whatever happens, you let it happen. And these kriyas and these vibrations are a result of our kundalini energy. So, or our divine energy that all human beings have inside their own self. So we all have this divine power, so that gets activated when we get initiated into Guru Siyag Yoga, and everything stays in a manner which is comfortable to the practitioner, and which is perhaps required for that practitioner. So everything is completely customized. Your job is only to chant the mantra and meditate twice a day. That's it. And be very open minded and surrendered. So these are little terms that we understand more and more once we start practicing the mantra, because the meaning of openness and surrender may also be different for different people. So all that is required is just uh, just be very experiential, maybe that experimentative, sorry, maybe that practice this meditation for maybe 1 month with openness, and notice the results yourself. So more information about this meditation can be obtained from a website, which is www.gurusiyag.org. So you may visit the website, and you can have detailed information about how to practice meditation. What is Guru Siyag Yoga? Who is Guru Siyag? Who is Guru of Guru Siyag? What is the story, or what is the background behind this whole science? So all this information and much more is already there on the website. So you can visit the website, and you can check the website before you meditate on your own, because a lot of nuances are mentioned. They're all simple things to understand though. So before I invite Isha to share her experiences, one thing is there that that is critical to note, that although there are no major rules or regulation about following this path, that you do not have to quit anything, you do not have to quit whatever you are eating or whatever you are doing. You can continue to do whatever you want to. You can there are no as such restrictions. The only thing is that you do not have to meditate after eating. So you meditate at least after 3 hours of a substantial meal, maybe lunch or dinner if you do, or anything. So just keep a gap of around 3 hours. Rest, there are no restrictions, and you can sit in a comfortable place and all that. So I'm not repeating all these things, because I want all of you to go to the website and check for yourself about Guru Siyag Yoga. So now I would invite Isha to share her experience with us. So, Isha, over to you.
First of all, Jai Gurudev to everyone. I hope you all are doing well and are hale and healthy, because in these times you never know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll just start with saying that I joined Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga in March 2020. I had just, completed my MA, and I had to come back home after my semester had gotten over. So, and during that time, lockdown had, begun. So at that time, my mother had already, started doing this Siddha Yoga. At the word of one music teacher, there is in my mother's school. He is a colleague of my mother. So he had said, "Ki, ma'am, please try this Siddha Yoga. It will really benefit you mentally, as well as any kind of physical or mental disease that or problem that you are facing, it will get cured." So initially my mother did not have much faith in it, but when she started doing it, and 2 months into the yoga practice, she started getting involuntary, which were not willed by her. Those kind of moments she started having in her body, and she felt that she was her body was rotating in a circular motion while sitting in the dhyan position. So that was something very miraculous for my mother, because we had never seen anything of this sort, that by merely concentrating on someone's photo, that your body would move on its own. This is a miracle, a miraculous act on its own. So my mother felt ki this is something that should where we should stick to. So she stuck to it, and then she herself saw many changes coming. And as for me, she had told me, so my mother joined in January 2020, and she had told me about this yoga in the same month itself. But uh, I was lacking the faith, to be honest. So when I came back home in March, I saw my mother, going through those involuntary movements, yogic movements. I believed my mother enough to know that she would not do it intentionally. Those were not deliberate movements. So I felt कि कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, जैसे कि like our Gurudev says that there is something wrong here, or something very right here. uh, yeah. So yeah, I started meditating, and 5 days into the meditation, uh, I felt, yeah, I meditated for 15 minutes on 31st March 2020. I meditated for 15 minutes, and then I don't know, I felt like I had gone into a slumber. It wasn't even a sleep, it was a small nap, I guess. And I felt that a very bright golden light was entering in my body through the Muladhara chakra, the lowest chakra of our body. So, and I woke up suddenly because I felt, was it a dream? Or, and then I, shushed it away as a dream. It might have been a, dream. So I woke up next day and I sat for the meditation, and you won't believe my body started moving in the circular motion, uh, while sitting in the dhyan position. That was very miraculous for me. Just, this is the first hand experience that I have gone through. And this is not just a claim, this is truth, this is my truth. And there are so many people who have gone through this thing. So there is no point of saying ki, uh, this may be just a rumor. It's not a rumor. It's real, it happens. So we have just forgotten. It's written, like Gurudev says, it's written in the Vedic scriptures. We have forgotten it over the time. As the cycle of the yugas goes on, during Kali Yuga we have forgotten our real virtues, our true form. We have forgotten our true form. So in that sense, yes, I would say ki we are divine from the inside, but we don't know it yet, or we have forgotten it. Yeah. So what Gurudev Siyag does to us is that uh, he actually re-energizes or gives rebirth to that divine energy that lives inside us. So yes, that incident was particularly miraculous for me. That my body started rotating on its own, and then I as and when I meditated, I would feel extreme surge of energy, as if my whole body was vibrating during the meditation sessions. And I would also chant a mantra like Om Namah Shivaya on my own, without my having to do anything in this. uh,
Oh,
matlab, I want to state this clearly, that there is nothing that I did deliberately or intentionally, or there was any role of my self or my consciousness in doing this. So, in this way, uh, yes, on the second day, um, um, I got khechri mudra. So there is this one khechri mudra, yeah, in which tongue rolls up, yeah, towards the end of
palace.
your throat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And so that was pretty, and I did not know ki what kind of mudra this is, but then I saw some videos of Dharmendra Sharma sir, and other videos that are available on the net. So I came to know about it then. And then over a period of time, I also, various kind of mudras, Shambhavi mudra, I would feel pressure, very intense pressure on my Agya Chakra. And though I have never seen Gurudev, or I have, never got his darshan in the dhyan position, dhyan mudra, never. But yes, in my dreams he has come. And this I usually feel surge of energy in my body when I'm listening to some Guru Bhai or Guru Behan explaining about their experiences or sharing their experiences. Then I do feel those kind of energy, that kind of energy moving through my body just by listening to those people talking about Gurudev. Yeah, and their experiences with Guru Siyag Yoga. Yes, and I had started it in March, and by November 16, I started, listening Nad in my 1 year. I thought that it must have been some. I did not know what Nad is, and I did not know anything about it. Yeah, I thought that it must have been some kind of ear infection or something. I went to the doctor, and then I took the ear drops, and then I put it in. And then over the period of years, over the period of time, I started to hear it in both of my ears. So
Okay.
I felt that, yeah, this may not be some ear infection thing. This has something to do with the meditation. And when again I referred to the videos, and I came to know that this is Nad, Anahad Nad. And this is the divine, dhwani. This is the divine sound from which all of us originated. Yes. So uh, now these days, my Naad sound, it's almost like a jingle bell. Uh, yeah. So this Naad sound has, become more intense.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. And and there are so many things. So on physical level, if I talk about my body, uh, uh, so I have, my diseases have cured. Though there are some diseases which I am yet to experience betterment in, but there are many other things that I felt they have cured completely. I used to have severe migraine problem. No,
Oh,
I used to teach in a school. I'm doing B.Ed, and I have done my MA. Yes. So I used to teach in a school. By the time my school would end, I would be so, I wouldn't even be able to speak because of that severe headache. And slowly, slowly, I, felt that my headache was completely gone. Migraine thing, there was not even a pinch of it remaining in my body. And
how?
touch wood, till this date I have never experienced, I don't know about once or twice, but I have never experienced migraine of that extent till now. It's been 1 year, more than 1 year. Yeah. So yes, again, another thing that I used to that used to boggle me is my, menstrual periods. So,
Okay.
being a woman, and I think there are many girls and women who face this kind of problem. I used to face, I used to experience a lot of pain, severe pain and cramps during
Oh,
menstrual time. That it was a very, those 5 days would be the worst days of my month. I used to be afraid of those 5 days. So yes, when I started meditating, I felt that my pain has completely gone. And even in the days when I wouldn't be, so regular with dhyan, uh, and I felt ki this time my pain would come back. I would just, before my menstrual, period would start, I would just sit for dhyan. And that hint of a pain that I got from, the first day of menstrual period, it would go away when I would do when I would sit for 15 minutes of dhyan. So this is something that I myself experienced, and this is a first hand experience that I am sharing. And on the mental level, I used to be very you can say short tempered, and I used to react before thinking. uh, yes, so this was something like, youth, young people are these days. Yeah, so I was short tempered, and I was very intolerant, maybe. Yeah, so I have experienced that. I have felt that I have gotten way more mental stability, and the things I used to get angry on, or the things that used to annoy me, or irritate me, they seem like a joke to me now, really, and I'm not even kidding. Yeah, so those things seem meaningless to me, so I laugh them off. Uh, my I used to have frequent you know uh, verbal fights with my mother. Yes, verbal arguments with my mother. And now I have felt ki none of it, 99% of the times we get along well. And even when we disagree with each other, I feel like we I mean, I do it very calmly. I do it like decent human beings should. So this is yeah, this is a good progress that I've made. That's all. The whole credit goes to Gurudev. There is nothing that I have done in this. Yes, so I feel that yes, this was something that I totally owe to Gurudev. And and you know what, before starting this Guru Siyag meditation, I always felt that I'm 25 years old, and uh, for all my 24 years, from the time that I've uh, kind of gained my self identity and individuality, I've always felt lost and confused. And there was some kind of meaninglessness in my life. I felt disoriented, or I felt like I had no goal, though I was studying and doing all the things. But still, I wasn't um, I was an okay student till 10th. But after 10th, I started my performance started deteriorating academically, in the academic sphere. uh, but that doesn't matter if you are mentally sound and you are able to live your life positively. If you're however your academic performance is, it doesn't matter much. um, but then I used to feel lost and confused, and I was looking for that one thing, one ray of hope. And after connecting with Gurudev, or we can say that after Gurudev took me in his solace. Since that time, I feel that my life has reached its completeness. My life has gotten a purpose, and I feel like I am complete in myself. I don't need to find any distractions. I don't need to find anybody, friends, or anybody to talk to. I don't need other people to make me happy. I am happy in my own self. So that kind of, it's very hard to find. You can spend crores and crores of money, but you won't find that kind of what would you say, completeness or happiness in yourself. And this is what I felt, and I feel that I'm on the right path. And this is the, this I can say with full certainty, full confidence, that yes, after joining Gurudev Siyag Siddha Yoga, I know it may take me lifetimes, it may take me many janmas, but I am on the right track, I know this. And yeah, I have started to unfold the realities of life. uh, I really feel, and this is not just some kitabi gyan or bookish knowledge that I've gained by reading books and all. Though I don't read many books, I do read novels, but not these kind of philosophical books. I kind of start having these thoughts on my own that all of this world is an illusionary setup that we need to get out of. And this meditation, Guru Siyag Siddha Yoga meditation, is that channel through which you can find that way out of this mayavi or illusionary world. And this is not just a mythological story or something. This is uh, well written in our Vedic scriptures. All we need to do is go back and find the correct excerpts from it. So yes, and Guru Siyag uh, has shown us that this is true. I mean, there has in the whole of, I have never seen a guru or a spiritual guru, anybody of this kind who can, make your body move, make your body have yogic movements just by his photo. That's impossible. I had never believed it, but yeah, Guru Siyag had the power. He was a real Samarth Guru, competent Guru, who actually, helped me to realize this reality of life. So yes, another thing that I felt, yes, I was telling, I wasn't performing that well academically. So recently, I had my last year. I had my first year exams of B.Ed course, Bachelor of Education course. So in that, uh, my submission was next day, and it was already 9 o'clock in the night. And it was a group submission. The one that we had submitted uh, had only received 11 marks. And all the students in my group had said, we are not, we are done with it. We have put enough of our efforts, and in spite of doing so much, we have only scored 11. So how much more will we score, even if we try to revise our answer? That was a very a conflicting time for me, because 11 out of 20 was a very bad score. so yeah. So I just prayed to Gurudev. I have never woken up whole night. I have never. And for studies, I would never. And I just prayed to Gurudev. Gurudev, I want more marks. I want it anyhow. You just uh, come sit with me. Sit with me, and I'll do all the typing and stuff. But you have to be there with me all through the night. I want to wake up whole night. I want to finish this one, and I want better marks. And you won't believe that I woke up whole night, and the next day 4:30 in the evening I was awake without having moved from my computer
Oh,
place. Yeah. And only after the submission that did I eat my lunch or dinner, whatever you want to say. Yes. So this was a very, you know very challenging and very, I would say, miraculous. The only word I can say use is miraculous. Yeah, spellbinding experience for me. That, when you sincerely pray to Gurudev, his energy is omnipresent. When you really sincerely, deeply pray to him, things happen, things move, things really happen, things change. Your destiny will also change. So, yeah, if I hadn't, made that kind of a prayer, or I don't think I would have been able to done it on my own. If it had, if that kind of effort were expected from me, without the divine presence of Gurudev, I don't think I would have been able to do it. But yes, with the divine presence of Gurudev, with his energy, that energy got into me, and it made me, stay awake whole night and do the work. And yeah, after that, I got 14.5. which was way decent marks, because the highest marks was 16,
Okay.
and that was a group presentation, and I had done it in a whole night, so 14.5 was a decent score.
Let's go.
Yeah, comparatively. So and it was a very, very, uh, a very happy moment for me, that yes, you feel like you have gotten, somebody who would always be there, there with
Yes.
you. Yes. So we are always looking for, we human beings, I as a human being have always felt that I want someone, that someone who would just take care of me, someone who would do all my work and everything, and who would keep me away from dukkh, sorrows. And I feel that Guru Siyag is that one, divine force. Yes. And so these are very, small experiences which have but meaningful experiences which have um, which have, taken me towards, which have increased my faith in this meditation form uh, given by Guru Siyak. So similarly, I feel that there are many things, like if I have to, ask something from some kind of a favor from someone, that person on her own or on his own would come to me and, agree for that without my having to say it. So these kind of there have been many incidents of this kind. And there was this, just a few days back, I had this exam, CTET exam, on December 22. It's for the ones who want to become teachers in central government schools.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, so on that day I was alone, and I had to go to from Pilani to Sikar. It's 4 hours of journey, and I did not know where my center is in Sikar. I was not familiar with that place, so I was very worried that I am alone going there. How would I handle it? How would I be able to reach there? And you won't believe, you know, things just aligned, things just fell into place, and the very girl who was supposed to go to the, same center as mine, just came and sat next to me. And I was very like, what just happened? And I thanked Gurudev, immediately thanked Gurudev, that these things, these are, these are not just fortunate coincidence. No, these happen by divine grace. And yes. And similarly, I was, after my exam, like, I had two exams on that same day. During the break, I was tensed ki who will go back with me, because uh, it was 5, it will be 5:30 by the time I would be leaving the exam hall. And 4 hours after 5:30, traveling alone for a woman, it's kind of, you're concerned about your safety. So I thought, if I could only, if only I could get someone to accompany me during that time. Uh, and just as I was thinking of this thing, and I was talking to someone, um, I mentioned that I want to, I want to go to Pilani. She was asking, where do you live? So I said I want to go to. Yeah, I live in Pilani, and yeah, I'm worried ki I want someone to accompany me. Just at that moment, some girl, she was sitting 2 steps below me. Yes. And so she turned around and looked at me, and she said, "Are you from Pilani?" I said, "Yes, I'm from Pilani." So she said, "Oh my God, I've been looking for someone from Pilani all this time. And look where we, found each other. I badly want someone to come with me." So that was, these kind of things only happen when you have somebody of, this stature, somebody of divine stature to be with you. And this is totally Gurudev. I owe many things. So I'm not very consistent with my meditation and stuff, and mantra jap, but I try my best. Mantra chanting, I try. I, make mistakes, and then I fumble, and then I get back on the track. So these things happen. and this is life, right? So yeah, so yeah, there are many things, and I would suggest all. There are many people who don't believe this thing, but I feel that when the time is right, things will automatically fall into place. When this thing is meant for them, they will automatically be driven to it. So I feel that this is something that will happen when Gurudev wants it. So yes, but I do want the youth of my generation to give it a try. At least give it a try. Give it a try. It is something that will change your life. It changed mine, so it can change yours. And I feel a lot more positive and hopeful and optimistic about my future after having joined this Guru Siyag Yoga. I used to be so negative. I never used to try anything. Never. I would always, have this kind of, self talk with me. What will you do? You won't even clear this exam, or you won't even get through this one. What will you do? Why do you even have to try it? But then my thoughts have, I don't even feel negative, not even for a one day. Though once or twice get disturbed, but that's okay. But never for a very long stretch of time. No, never. Touch wood, yes. Yeah, so these are my experiences, and hopefully I will share more of them in the coming sessions. Yeah. Jai Gurudev.
Yeah, Jai Gurudev, Isha, wonderful, wonderful listening to you. And as a practitioner myself, and as a follower, disciple, whatever may be called of Gurudev, I can understand that it's so difficult to share about our experience in around 15, 20, 30 minutes, because every day everyday life happens, life has been happening, and the nature of life remains the same. But when we become transformed because of the power of or blessings of Gurudev, life somehow, the way we live it becomes different. We enjoy more. We 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 feel much more confident. We feel much more at peace. We know things will work out. We live life differently, and each moment of our life becomes different. And we have so many experiences on a day to day basis, that it becomes very hard to capture our feelings and the transformation that we are having in a few words, in a way that we are sharing it with others. Because I can understand when you were speaking, that although you are trying to narrate a few incidences in a way that you're able to convey that you have been practicing and you have been progressing and all that, but throughout whatever you were speaking, you were falling short of words. You had those sentiments that, how to convey this, I want to say more. There is so much, something inside of you was saying there is so much more, how to tell in a way that everyone gets to know what I'm feeling inside. So as a practitioner myself, I feel the same way all the time whenever I'm sharing about Guru Siyag. Our Gurudev, by his looks and all that, he looks so simple. And when you share his picture with somebody or his videos wherein he's giving speech to the audiences, he come across as such a simple soul, as such a simple person, that to somebody new he will appear just any other man living in the neighborhood somewhere in some suburb. So many people are not really able to immediately connect with Gurudev. So it's quite difficult, because we are so much surrounded with glitz and glamour, and we are so distracted by all the glitzy marketing oriented stuff, that it's very hard to notice something which is utterly simple. And that happened with me as well. But when the time is right, and Gurudev makes you practice, or Gurudev makes you join the Guru Siyag Yoga, then slowly and slowly a journey starts happening, To others, it may appear or may not appear differently, but you understand that what you are going through. Yogic movements may happen, may not happen. Somebody might see lights or auras or other things, and somebody might not just experience all these things. But each and every one who practice Guru Siyag Yoga and who is blessed enough to practice it in a way that makes that person practitioner surrendered and have faith, experiences lot of transformation, and that is very hard to capture in words. And we just hope that whosoever listens to these episodes at least makes up their mind to just try Guru Siyag Yoga. It's very simple, as we all know. We just have to pray to Gurudev that we want to practice. So please help us practice it. Please help us appreciate it. So what matters is basically that we get connected with openness, honesty, and with that. Some kind of feeling in terms of that, I am open and I want to really, really understand. So maybe that humbleness. And then I believe Gurudev makes you love him, because it's such a eerie thing to notice a girl like you, a wonderful, beautiful young girl like you, to love a man like a soul like Gurudev, because we all love him. So it's so hard to understand that we haven't even met him in person, but his energy is present, as you mentioned a while ago, that his energy is omnipresent. Guru is not a physical body. Guru and our Guru is universal consciousness himself. So he is present in each cell of us. So when we experience his power inside us, his energy inside us, and it's so hard to actually understand that transformation and capture it. So now, thank you so much again for sharing your experience, and I sincerely request the viewers to share this video, to spread Gurudev's word to wherever they want to. And those of you who are already practicing Guru Siyag Yoga, so I request you from everyone's behalf who are on this journey of experiencing this transformation because of the blessings of Gurudev. So all of you, whosoever wants to share their experiences, can WhatsApp me or Manju Chabra. So you can find our numbers in the below runner that's running. Please WhatsApp us and I will take you forward from there. And now we will listen to the Guru Siyag mantra, or the divine mantra from Gurudev's voice, Gurudev's mouth, and then we will practice meditation for 15 minutes. So to practice the meditation, you have to imagine Gurudev's on your third eye. Just look at his picture and imagine Gurudev on your third eye, and close your eyes, pray to Gurudev to help you meditate for the next 15 minutes. You do not have to keep the time. In this yoga, your meditation, whatever the time you ask, Gurudev keeps the time. You ask for 10 minutes, you get to meditate for 10 minutes only. The eyes automatically open. And some of you may experience, or many of you may experience, some kind of movement. Let it happen. And those of you who have had food in the past 1 or 2 hours, you can just chant the mantra, and do not meditate. Those of you who haven't had your dinner yet can, or lunch or dinner, whatever, whenever you are watching this, so can meditate. So here I play it.
Yoga means a union of the soul with God or the universal consciousness. What does yoga mean? Yoga means a union of the soul with God or the universal consciousness force. What are the benefits of Siddhi Yoga? Siddhi Yoga heals, cures, or frees the body from any physical illness, aids various forms of cancers, diabetes, arthritis, asthma, and even genetic disease like hemophilia. In the case of disease such as AIDS, which attacks the entire body, the patient may experience internal kriyas like sensation or heat, electricity, or tingling. According to Siddha Yoga philosophy, the divine power awakened by the enlightened Guru gets transmitted through his blissful voice to the listeners, irrespective of language spoken by the Guru. This divine power transmissions occurs smoothly and remain unaffected by the language being used. Regular practice of Siddha Yoga strengthens the immune system. The Kundalini acts as a protective shield of the immune system and wards off the onslaught or recurrence of any disease. Impact of Kundalini awakening. The Kundalini makes the practitioner perform kriyas that are specific to his needs. With this cleaning, the practitioner is cured of all kinds of chronic and even terminal disease such as HIV, AIDS, cancer, arthritis, etc., and genetic disorder like hemophilia. Mental application too are completely cured and stress is completely relieved. Cling, Krishna, cling, 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 cling, Krishna, cling.
Jai Gurudev, everyone. Please come out of your meditation. Thank you, Isha, for being with us today. Lovely interacting and discussing with you about Guru Siyag Yoga. And while I was meditating myself, I got this idea that maybe one day we can all do, 5, 10 people, we can do experience sharing, uh, coffee chat,
Hmm.
because
Yeah, that
all of
would be
us,
lovely.
yeah, experience so many things, and all these kriyas that happen, and how are we feeling on a day-to-day basis. So maybe we will do that in the future. Meanwhile, thank you again. Bye everyone. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Guru.